talk real estate real quick
Damn.
with Hanny and myself. So everyone's been talking about it. Everybody has an opinion on it. And let's dive in really quick. 3 minutes. Is there a crash? Is it coming? What do we think? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Controversial.
Yeah, very controversial.
Come at us in the comments.
Right off the bat, I'm not an economist, and there's a lot more
That goes
intelligent people than I. And but historically speaking, crashes come without any notification. The people do not expect them, except for the very, very, very small percentage of people, and even so, they're usually wrong all the time. Given that everyone is expecting a crash, I don't think a crash is happening. But I wouldn't be surprised if a huge downturn occurs, which we are kind of going under right now.
We're starting to see a little bit with interest rates. And I think the difference, though, a lot of people, when this topic comes up, I think compare it to 2008.
Yeah.
And I think it's completely different, in my opinion, the crash that happened in 2008 versus kind of what people are anticipating to see or what people are predicting in terms of, we had a huge supply and demand issue. With COVID, nobody could have seen that coming. Nobody could have predicted the ridiculous prices that we saw people purchasing homes for. And then the interest rates being historically low. Those were things that I don't think anybody saw coming. And then just that with the supply and demand and having this supposed maybe crash coming, or where's the market headed, back to 2008 when I think people were getting homes that weren't qualified. It was more of a bank lender side of the real estate industry, in my opinion.
Yeah, and what you just explained or detailed was like kind of the exact opposite
of a crash. The anomaly of like what we had of this market that no one ever could have foreseen, and then a crash.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Wild.
So we're now on the opposite side of that, like the opposite end of whatever the opposite of a crash was, and now we're undergoing those effects, and those should be normal. Those should be, it's like taking a bunch of drugs and then having the recovery phase. Like it happens, Like,
we're going into a balanced market, in my opinion. Things are going to level off and be balanced.
That's what the hope is for the rise of interest rates, is to curb that inflation, bring us back to a normal market, and so that we can get back on pace with